welcome back. I can't believe we made it past episode 10, and here we are in the next set of digits in episode 11. And today, I am excited because I have good friend who I have seen many times play, Mr. Fraser Whitson. But before I bring him in, you might realize I have not complained about democracy falling because the equipment was in its place. It was marginally off, but we'll forgive. So democracy is very much thriving. But let's get into the podcast. Mr. Fraser Whitson, how are ya?
I'm good. It's not Fraser actually.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Why is it not Fraser? You've been telling me it's Fraser this whole time.
No, Fraser.
Fraser.
Yeah. Common, mistake.
You know
by
why?
people.
I was a big fan of the show.
Yeah, I mean, many people are.
That's what it is.
Some people because he's got an I in it. There's no I in mine. It's
Correct.
Just, yeah.
So it's Fraser.
But people just, I guess, from knowing that name and the show, they just see the name and they just think that's how it's pronounced. Right. But I'll forgive you, bro. I'll forgive you. Yeah.
Because you know who's not going to forgive me? Yeah. My friend Mark. When he listens to this, and he will say, "Terrible. You tell everyone else that you can pronounce the names and da da da." And so tomorrow morning, Mark will be very, very. He'll be like, "Oh, this is not good. Bro. This is not good. This is not
you didn't do your
well.
research, man.
I know. I blame Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
Does
Bane
feel
my life, brother.
Does feel a little bit like that when you're the host of a podcast and you're like, "Good evening, listener," and it's like, fuck that shit. But it's been a long time. I haven't seen you in obviously about four months now. Because the last time I saw you, as you mentioned before we started recording, was at my gig at Nighthawks.
Absolutely.
And
hell yeah.
I remember I was on stage and I saw you and Bill walk in. And I was just like, "Oh,
your face lit up, brother."
Yeah, it definitely did. I was very, very chuffed when the both of you walked in.
And I mean, that gig was great, bro. Man, look, the first time I'd seen you play as well. I'd just known you from the man behind the cam.
Yeah.
But bro, if anyone listening, just go see this guy play. He's got stage presence. He's got comedy. He's got it all. Man, your impression's great. I love it.
I did do the Noel Gallagher. Just love a good. I love a good Oasis impression.
Yeah.
We'll spare the listeners of the podcast that because
oh, come on.
But it's not a show about me. It's a show about you.
Woo. Hey there.
You're the star of the show, buddy. And so tell us a little bit about you, Fraser.
Well, who am I? Well, I mean, more commonly, most people probably know me as Muzz, a name that I got when I was 12 or 13 years old from some school friends.
Affectionately?
Oh, not to begin with. Nah, because I'd moved from Murray's Bay to North Cross Intermediates in New Zealand, and a couple of guys, Nick, Ryan, and Peter were their names. Very generic.
Nothing wrong with a Nick.
Yeah.
I think a Nick is coming tonight, actually. We'll get on tonight.
Yeah, we will. But just I was the new kids at this new school, and they started calling me Murray because I was from Murray's Bay, and hell, it stuck for, 28 years.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it started a little bit unaffectionately.
Yeah.
But now...
But they become my three best mates.
There you
go.
go.
Yeah.
But now it's definitely affectionate when people see you come on the stage and ready to perform.
Yeah. Well, it's my stage name. My parents call me it, Yeah. My mum will sometimes call me Fraser, but... maybe when she's a little angry at me, but
Muzz. Whoa, it's the opposite because normally parents call you by your first name, your full name when they're mad at you.
Yeah,
Jane Seymour Whitton, and you're like, what the fuck have I done? And it's like your mom just goes Muzz, and you're like, shit, I'm fucked.
You're getting it the wrong way around. Muzz is not my real name.
I know Muzz is not your real name, but isn't what?
No, she calls me Fraser when she's mad at me.
Good. So I was about to say, your mum's flipping the script on parenting now.
Yeah. She got it right. No,
good.
Love you, mum.
All right. And
Murray's Bay Country Club is the band.
Yes, Murray's Bay Country Club. Yeah, I
And so
just
how does-
selfishly named it after myself.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, got to be selfish in this industry. But how does that come about? How does a move from one place to another? And is it a throwback?
Nah, not at all. Because I mean, the genre we play, the Murray's Bay, the country club sort of thing. It's not even how I started. It's the music. Like I moved from Auckland down to the South Islands to a place called Wanaka when I was 21, and like I was doing open mic nights. I was running karaoke. I was running pub quizzes, all things like that, and then started playing just in like as everyone sort of does, playing like cover music. I was a bass player in that, and teamed up with a couple of guys that were moving to Melbourne. That we all decided to come over here, and so I joined their band, and that was full thrash metal. So
I'm just sorry. If people could see my face right now, I'm like, what?
So thrash is my go-to, man. But my absolute like where I started everything. I mean, punk. I've always loved folk music. I've always loved punk music. Traditional Irish music is also just deep seated within me. But yeah, man, thrash is where it's at. Pantera, the greatest band in the world,
Bro. I mean, like, when the intro for Walk starts, you just, even if you're sitting down, you just want to be like, yes, I want to go somewhere.
Yeah, stop
Yeah?
it, man.
And-
Bro, I remember where I was when Dime died. Remember the next day, me and my best buddy Dangerous Dave went straight down to the rock shop. He bought himself a Dean. Oh, beautiful. He's still got it to this day. I was back there last month, and yeah, got to see the Dimey again. But yeah, man, thrash is where it's at. I know you're a Metallica fan. I'm a Megadeth
huge
fan, bro.
Here's the thing, I don't actually hate Megadeth the way people think Metallica fans hate Megadeth.
Yeah.
So because for me, I didn't grow up with that history. I
Yeah.
actually found Metallica like largely through a friend of mine, like a childhood friend of mine who played the guitar. And he was the reason why I thought playing the guitar would be cool. And the first riff I learned how to play on the guitar before I even picked up the instrument was Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
Because he had, an Epiphone and a Marshall, the standard, he had it all. And it was just a simple Marshall, like maybe a 20 water or even a 10 water or something, a small one. But it sounded great. And so for me, all I cared about was Metallica.
Yeah.
And then obviously you learn about the story of Dave and all the stuff. And for me, I was just like, well, Megadeth have good songs. So what's it? Peace Sells?
Yeah. Oh, Peace Sells, man.
It's a great song. A Tout Le Monde is
Yeah.
a great song.
So far, so good. So what? That whole album is just absolute.
Yeah. So
Fucking
it's
magic.
Holy Wars.
Yeah.
It's all thrash. Those 4 or 5 bands, and I am just curious how you go from thrash metal, which is this really like hard hitting thing, to what is essentially folk country music. I mean, I can see the punk stuff now with the music that you play. Now I can see the punk stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of clicks now. But how do you find that journey? Because you have a great time playing it. Obviously.
Yeah. So I moved here, and it was just thrash metal. We're a band that's never actually. We played one gig over here actually. So came over, classic lead singer who sort of wrote the songs and whatnot, meets girl, moves to Germany.
Germany.
Yeah. So we, without even a year of being here, we played one gig, and I think it was just in a mate's garage, for a house party. So he bails off to Germany, and he was like, "Oh, we can still write together." And me and the drummer were like, "Nah, like let's do our own thing."
Yeah.
So
let's throw this idea in the trash.
Yeah. So we decided to start a punk band.
Nice.
called Vag Dagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many people have tuned out now. Maybe it was like, no, it's okay. We are just gonna move on.
So, but we played for a few years around the scene. You know, we played with, you know, like we became quite sort of notorious because of the name. But we played with, you know, Other Abductees,
Bro.
you know, Glenn and the Peanut Butter Man, 12FU, Kill Duty Youth, like TC's band and stuff like so yeah, we played a lot down in St Kilda and all, you know, the sort of the punk spots, a lot down in Sydney Road as well, with all the, you know, the crusty punks, you know. And, you know, we did, we did, what was our biggest show? It was like Hi-Fi. We played, I think, with Strawberry Fist Cake, and I dislocated my knee on stage on that gig.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was fun. Took me off. I was like, get me back on stage, get me a stool, about a whiskey, and let's keep going. Push on through. The show must go on, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we went from thrash to punk, and then I played also in a rock band called the Smash Bros, which are like three of my Kiwi like buddies that I didn't know from back home, but just met all over here, and so did that. COVID's sort of disbanded everything, you know? COVID.
Bit of a spanner in the works.
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of everyone went their own sort of separate ways. The bros that I play with now, they're like my best mates, and so we decided to put together a little band. You know, I've always been this huge like country, folk, Irish like music like aficionado. You know, I love traditional Irish music. Like if you put some fiddle and some mandolin and stuff in front of me, I'm dancing away, man. Anything that's got a good little groove to it. I love my bluegrass and stuff. So I think originally we started, you know, just writing songs, during COVID, and it was more of a tongue-in-cheek sort of thing. Like for our first album, sort of atones to that. Like it's kind of like a Creedence-y folk crossed with Doctor Hook, you know? So it's got this very Doctor Hook sort of element, where we're just there having fun, and our songs are a little bit ridiculous and have funny sort of like stories and elements to them, you know?
Well, the thing is, like, I remember the first time I saw you guys was at the Bolo, St. Kilda, and I think it was part of the Last Lap Festival.
Yeah.
And I knew, so you played before Hot Machine.
Yeah.
And so the only band I knew playing that day was Hot Machine. And I knew Willie J's was also playing. But I was like, oh, okay, like there's a bit of a time gap so I can watch both. And I knew Willie J's from, so I knew two bands that day, Willie J's and Hot Machine, because Willie J's played at St. Kilda Blues Fest.
Yeah.
Right. And so I thought I'll come and obviously get, you know, about 1 billion photos across 1 million bands because I'm an insane person. And I was just like, well, I want to kind of figure out who to watch. And I saw you guys purely out of like kind of logistics, because I was like, well, Hot Machine is the last band I'm watching for that night. I want to see the band on before them. And I remember watching you guys come on, and I was like, ooh, this is interesting. Got some fedoras happening. Is it a fedora?
I mean, no. Oh, some of them are. It depends, really. Shout out to Carlisle Hats, not sponsored.
That's all right. After this shout out, you will be.
Yeah. Nah, they're good friends of mine. They create most of the hats that I wear, and Bill's beautiful hat that he wears all the time as well. Hat. So just a quick shout out to them. Yeah, if you want a nice hat. But yeah, cowboy hats. Yeah, some of them are fedoras.
And I just saw everyone getting on stage, and I was like, this is interesting. What's going on here? A bit of country vibe. And then you guys started playing, and it was upbeat, and it was fast, and it was fun. And I was just like hooked. And I was just like, shit, I need to watch these guys again. And I got a great shot of Louis.
Yeah, man.
Just black and white, great shot of him just like almost just kneeling down on the floor. And that was just like perfect place and timing sort of thing. I didn't intend for that. But I remember watching you guys and like now it makes sense, the punk stuff, because the pace of the songs. Now it's like, okay, I get it. But really, how does, like, why folk? Was it just always around? Your parents into it? Was it something?
Nah, man. Like, mum didn't listen to much music growing up. Dad's, so my grandfather was like an old time pianist. Like, I actually asked my dad sort of how to sort of specify what he played, and he said he just played popular songs from the era. So he played like a few days a week, like he had his own bands, and just played down at the local pubs, and but he was just this amazing pianist that just play anything by ear. So he just listened to a song and he'd be able to play it. So I kind of grew up, like, he passed away when I was 4, so I don't remember much of him playing. But so there was always the whole piano sort of thing that happened when I when I went to my grandparents' place, and my grandmother was big Elvis fan, like huge Elvis fan.
Elvis is good.
And then my old man is a professional dance teacher.
Right. What kind of dance?
Latin ballroom American dancing.
There you go.
So I grew up with that. I did it myself for years.
Mate, you're a multi-talented
brother.
Oh, what is this? What is this?
Yeah. So I've always loved like Latin. Like I was primarily focused on Latin dancing, samba, salsa, cha-cha-cha, things like that. So I've always, enjoyed, anything with a good groove and a good rhythm to it. So I guess, sorry, I lost my little train of thought there.
Oh, that's all right. Take a swig of water, compose yourself.
So where were we going with this?
Just really how you transition from thrash to punk kind of makes, going from thrash to punk makes sense because to people who don't know the nuance, you can almost take the speed element of it, right? But going from punk to essentially kind of like folk and country music, and there is a lot of the Irish elements in Murray's Bay country club music.
Yeah.
That is a bit of a leap. Now, people might say, "Oh, it's not that much of a leap when you understand music theory and blah blah blah." I was like, "It's still a fucking leap, man.
Yeah.
You're about 4 fucking adjacent columns over from, like, you're not even on the same tree at this point.
Yeah. Now I've just liked all types of music. I think when I was like 18 or 19, the guy I worked with introduced me to this album called Irish like drinking songs.
Yeah.
And I think, boom, from that day, I was just hooked into this Irish sort of folk music.
Yeah.
I like from there, that was just always just part of me. Like as soon as I had that in me, like the Irish and the folk stuff, it's just something I've kept the whole time. But then I went into the thrash stuff and the punk stuff, the rock and whatnot. But I always just have had this
almost like a calling.
Like country is just, I think, like folk and stuff is just always something I've wanted to do. And now that I'm doing it, it is by far the favorite thing, like my most favorite type of genre of music I've ever played, like 100%.
And so you play the mandolin. For those who have not seen you, you play the mandolin on stage.
Yes.
Right? What was that something that you picked up to do this?
Yes, completely.
Yeah.
Because Bill, who we've mentioned.
Yes, the wonderful Bill on bass.
Bill on bass, exactly. So he's like my best mate. And when we put this band together, I was like, well, I want Bill to play. And obviously, I was a bassist as well.
Right.
So I was like, well,
you can't play the bass.
I can't play bass. But I was a vocalist. I'd been vocalists in the punk bands and the rock bands and stuff as well. so I was like, well, I'll just do vocals, but then I was like, nah, that's boring. You know, I want to play something as well, man. Like, so I don't know why I picked the mandolin, really. Like, I've been listening to this guy, Jesse Stewart, this Canadian mandolin player, who, I was really getting into him. And I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll learn how to play the mandolin. It was either that or banjo, but I don't know, just something just drew me to the mandolin a bit more, I think.
It's kind of it's kind of like a great match in heaven, because to play the mandolin, you really have to know how to use your wrist.
Yeah.
Right? And the songs and genre that teach you how to move fast and have complete control over your wrist are thrash and punk.
Yeah,
If you look at the best thrash metal and the best punk rock players, you just see these articulate chords and voicings.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, look, people say, oh, punk is just like, the same 4-bar chords or whatever, but played at this hyper speed. All those stereotypes.
But you see, I was a big Rancid fan.
Yeah.
Huge Rancid. And Matt Freeman, one of the great bass players of this time. His speed and accuracy. Like also Iron Maiden, it's just there's something about bass playing, and I always love doing nice fast picking stuff and triplets and things like that, and that just sort of goes straight, translates straight to mandolin, because you're doing all this tremolo stuff, and it's very fast and speedy.
And once you get used to going over frets that are a million miles away, when the frets in the mandolin are so close,
tiny. There is restrictions to that, because you say having this big palm out, and then you could
now you're just like, no, stay.
Another thing is, I'd never played with a pick before.
There you go.
I was purely just a finger player on bass guitar, and even when I play acoustic guitar, I don't use a pick. So I love Spanish sort of music as well. Good classical guitarists. I love that sort of stuff. Going from bass, and then having to learn how to pick properly as well. Something I'm still trying to hone down.
Well, I wouldn't consider it honing down, because you're fucking amazing.
Shucks, buddy.
I've seen you stop it. Because I've seen you plenty of times now, and you guys rock.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
For anyone who will be like, oh, it's country, it's folk. I was like, yeah, but it's still rock, man. It's rock.
Yeah,
it's rock and roll for me.
As much as we are called the country club, it's far from country,
Yeah. And so how do you Bill, and because you almost have a rotating cast of people in the band.
Yeah, so okay,
where did you find them?
So the original lineup is myself, Bill, Lewis, Dan, who was the original guitarist, electric guitarist.
Yep.
And then Doc Fox, and Dan, Bill, and Fox grew up together. So they've been best friends their whole life. So we're a 5-piece to start with.
Was Doc Fox the one who played with you at the Union Street Hotel?
On the drums?
On the guitar?
No, that's Dan.
That's Dan.
That's Dan. That's Dan. Long, tall, blonde-haired dude. Yeah.
Ridiculously good guitarist.
Yeah,
made
absolutely.
me want to quit.
Yeah. He's nuts. He's basically our producer now.
Nice.
So he left to start his own little recording studio. Shout out to Killer Sound Studios.
There we go.
To Dan. So he recorded the last album. He's recording our new album.
Oh.
But anyone out there that's a new band, a young band that doesn't have the millions of dollars to go into a studio, look up
Killer Sounds.
Killer Sounds. Dan Killer up. He does sounding around Cherry Bar, and works with Stacey Palmer, doing the open mics down in St Kilda, and who's Lewis's brother.
Yep. And which was discussed.
Yep.
On a previous episode.
Yes, indeed, with Andre. Yeah. So Dan left to obviously pursue this new career, and
we basically, instead of finding a new guitarist, we were like, why don't we just get people that we know that we love and would love to play with, and get them just to cameo on and just be a guest. So every show that you come to, there could be someone completely different. Sometimes, very rarely, we play as a 4-piece now.
Yes.
Sometimes
I've noticed that you've done quite a few shows recently as a 4-piece.
Yeah.
Not when I say quite a few, I mean I think it's like 2.
2.
Yeah.
2. But so we're lucky enough to have these amazing friends that are just absolutely shredding guitarists. And huge shout out because she's basically part of the band, because I think there's only one gig she has not done with us, and that's Cato Gotham.
Oh, she's
she's a fiddle player. She is unreal. She doesn't even practice with us. Like, this is how good she is. I just send her a song, a set, and she'll just listen to the songs, and she just comes and just kills it.
You gotta hate people who are that good.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you gotta love them, bro.
You gotta love them.
Really?
You do love them. You do love them. You do love them. But then you also look at them and you go, God, I hate you.
Yeah,
because you're so good.
I think the key is to life is surround yourself by people that are better than you.
Yes.
Like you can't be the best person in the room. I feel.
Well, there's no room
Otherwise
to grow.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so when you've got these people that can just do that, you're like, man, like that's so great. Like, like I want to be like that. But like hats off to Kat, like, because she's absolutely amazing. So she's our most regular member, basically.
That's your most regular member. That's not part of the original 4-piece.
Yes, yeah. And just shout out to we've got a new drummer now who's been playing for nearly a year. So Doc, like Foxy left just to pursue his own things as well, and we've got Matthew Brooks in the bands now, who's a good buddy mate. He played with me in the Smash Bros. He was the drummer.
There you go.
And he's the most obsessed with drum person I've ever met in my life.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Like he just wants to play drums 24/7.
I'd love to know his opinions about Lars Ulrich's snare in Saint Anger.
He'll have opinions, like, for sure. But man, we go to band practice and we'll jam, we'll run a set, and then we'll take a break. We'll play some keep me ups with the football and whatnot, and then he'll just dart off, and we're like, "Where's Brooksy?" He's in another room on his electric drum kit practicing. He's obsessed, man, and he's great. He's brought this new sort of life into the sound as well, from like, because he's this incredible drummer.
Oh, he is. So. Yeah, and I think all of you, Louis, Kat, yourself, all of you are just completely just so good at what you do individually, and then you put yourselves together as a band on stage, and you can see the chemistry, you can see the art, you can see the music, and it's just like hard not to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, bro. Just have a good time, man. Like it's just the pure enjoyment I get from being on stage, because I'm a musician, but I'm a performer. Like that's how I see myself on stage. Like when I jump on stage, when I play, like my worries are gone. Like I've got nothing to worry about. An example, like my auntie passed away last year.
My condolences.
And thank you. And I was talking to my brother and my buddy Big Mike over there, and I was playing a gig that night, so I had to just watch the stream of the funeral and whatnot, and then they were at the bar afterwards, and we were having a video call, and they're like, "Oh, would you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to go to play a gig," and they're like, "How you doing? How are you doing that, going to play a gig after such a hard day?" And I'm like, because the moment I'm on stage, my worries are gone. I'm there to perform. I'm in, you know,
But you can
I'm
almost,
in my special place, you
but,
know.
you, but you can also almost channel that sort of. It can be quite cathartic.
yeah,
And you can kind of channel your emotions into that performance. And
Yeah,
it can,
yeah.
It can
Oh,
sometimes
100%.
create a better performance.
Yeah.
Compared to other ones. I mean, you know. So
yeah.
it's,
You use that raw emotion as well.
Yeah,
and-
I think everyone's different. Some people do need to grieve and
Yeah.
they can't do it.
Absolutely.
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
obviously know how to take that and go, I'm feeling like shit, but I'm going to go and do this thing, and I'm going to take this this thing that I'm feeling, and I'm going to channel it, and show's going to go on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the show must always go on.
so
you know?
Mario, following on from that, you got Murray Space Country Club, and then you got your rotating cast with your set 4 people, right? So
Yep.
you bring everyone together, and then at some point in every band's life, they must migrate from what is the garage or someone's living room or a rehearsal studio to the stage. And do you remember like the first gig and what it was like?
On for the country club?
Yes.
When did we play first? I think we did before as like the full bands. I think we'd done a couple of little maybe acoustic sort of jams, but as the full band, it might have been at the Union Hotel. The Union Hotel is around the corner from our
The one in
our
Brunswick.
recording studio. Yeah, the Brunswick, Union Hotel. So yeah, that's around the corner from us, like where we practice, where we were.
Hen House? Is that where you practice?
No. We practice at Dan and Louie and Brooksy's house.
Yep.
And this is where Dan's studio is.
Yep.
So we practice in the studio that we record in.
There you go.
And that I basically hang out like 3 days a week at
There you
as
go.
well. So we. Yeah, I think it might have been. I mean, I may be wrong with if that was our first gig or not, but it'd probably be the first one that I can remember just off the top of my head. And it's probably the most regular venue we play at as well, because they're great, you know, because it's a free venue. There's a great atmosphere there.
The bar's right there. You
yeah.
can have a meal.
It's all ages. It's just it's always a good show there, you know.
Oh yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No, you're all right.
No,
You're all right.
what I was going to say on the Union Street Hotel was obviously I remember watching you at the Union Street Hotel with Jimmy Phoenix and Popa Mono.
Boom.
And that was a very special night for
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, your 100th.
Because
Yeah.
and I remember Jimmy being the 100th band, and I think it didn't quite click for him what I said initially.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Who's this asshole telling me about 100?"
Yeah,
What does he
yeah.
mean? But it was really heartwarming because I remember after the gig when I was leaving, because I was then going to another gig.
Yeah.
He gave me like this big hug, and he was like, "Congrats!" And it was like you guys got on stage and you did your performance and everything, and it was like it was really, really like nice and wholesome, and like I mean, I can't really say like, oh, it would have been better or worse in other venues. All I'm saying is that was the venue I was at. Those were the people I was watching, and it was great. It was great to look back on it and be like, I can tell you exactly where I was standing when I hit the shutter button. I can remember the performance almost so vividly. And it was just, like when you look around, you almost kind of feel like this is one of the most, like, it's as local as it gets. Like if this podcast is about the local music scene, the Melbourne music scene, and going behind it, that snapshot in time is perfect. You know, if you haven't been to the Union Street Hotel, the Union Hotel on Union Street, essentially, you know, and you're sitting in the, as soon as you walk in, you're basically at the bar and at the stage.
Yeah, you walk in, you see the stage right there.
That snapshot of the local music scene is like, probably where so many bands have started.
Yes.
And it's, it was just a great night.
You've jogged my memory there by mentioning my good friend Jimmy Phoenix there. Our first gig was with his bands, A Whale Called Phoenix.
It was down. I was just trying to look on my phone, but I'm not going through that right now. It was maybe the public bar or something down in North Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, can't remember the name of the venue, but maybe like the Victoria Hotel or something. Could be that. Anyway, but yeah, it was with a whale called Phoenix.
And they're a great band.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Highly shout out to a whale
Yeah.
called Phoenix.
Yeah.
Go and watch them.
Yeah.
And since that, and so when was that first gig? Which year was it?
Must have been 2022, 2023 maybe. Yeah.
And since then, because that's a good 3 years now.
Yeah.
23, 24, 25. Let's say 23, 24, 25. How have you found the growth of MBCC? How have you found, because I guess what I'm really asking you is, when you're a new band, because it is a new band,
Yeah.
and you come on, there's always that like convincing other people stage. That's like you start with, I have to convince you. I'm playing this gig to convince you that I'm worth listening to. And now 3 years on, like I think people are well and truly convinced, but do you find that it's new people coming from time to time and realizing like this new sense of music or new style of music that they haven't previously found?
Yeah, I feel I don't know, we draw we seem to draw an older sort of crowd compared to what I'm used to from the punk scene and things like that. And we don't play that many gigs as well. We like to space out our gigs, and we're all very busy. And I guess, after every gig, there's always a few people come up to me and who have just discovered us, and they basically say, "Yeah, like I'll be at the next one," and they turn up to most of our shows, and we do have a small sort of cult following of sort of pretty dedicated people that turn up to our shows and things like that. And but yeah, like to be honest, like I don't. I mean, I love when people obviously come to your shows, but yeah, it's like you've discussed before on the casts, like whether there's 3 people there or there's 300 people there, it doesn't matter. I'm just there to perform. I'm there to perform to who shows up.
Yeah.
I mean, we've played in front of, few hundreds, like the Blues Fests and Mimo Music Hall, and last year I think we did a single release and played to like 12 people.
It's the most hilarious. This industry is so hilarious.
Yeah.
You think the gig that you're gonna get the most people at suddenly rocks up and you're like, oh, that's just 4.
Yeah.
But you give those 4 people
exactly
what they want for. You do it. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's fun because you can almost have a bit more of an intimate set.
Yeah. I like a good bit of banter as well.
Yeah.
I like to joke around and
I mean, like you kind of like, one of the good things about the gig that you saw at Nighthawks, our gig at Nighthawks, was like we could kind of see everyone in the room.
Yeah.
And that was a good thing because we could almost like engage with each of you as we needed. And that's also its own like fun. But look, of course, who's gonna say no to like you walk out, you're like, ooh, there's 100 people over there.
Yeah.
Fucking let's go do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'd obviously who doesn't want more people to come to their gigs?
Everyone.
Who doesn't want more followers and
Everyone.
things like that? Like.
Is that a front and center thing? Do you really care?
No, not really. No, that doesn't bother me. I'm out there doing what I love and what I enjoy, what I'm passionate about. But it is sometimes it is discerning when you're like, oh, I thought more people would turn up to the show.
I think it's one of those things. It's like you kind of, how much of heartbreak do you have to go through? Before you kind of get over it and you're like, we're just going to go do it.
Yeah.
And
never give up, man. Never give up.
Yeah.
I
think you guys are very at least to the people who don't know, I think you guys are very underrated in that if someone's like, oh, well, you know, I haven't really heard this. I'll say, no. Just, and I would say this about most local bands is that I think a lot of local bands are very underrated because, not because they're not good. It's just because people just don't fucking know about them.
Yeah.
And then they rock up and they're like, holy fucking shit, this is fucking amazing. And it's like, oh, you know, and I was like, yeah, you should just someone hanging around the outside of the studio.
G'day,
So what's going on, bro? I was like,
Just checking us out.
yeah, this is where democracy is in progress right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you know. But I remember one of the things we did talk about, because I floated this podcast idea to you, like almost like again at the Union Street Hotel, but that was the one where it was just you guys performing.
Yes.
And
I got a funny story about this.
no, that's good. We like a funny story because that was the one. It was after. I think it was the next gig after the one with Jimmy and Popomono, and then I'd come to watch you guys, and then I had to dash off because I was going to the Bendy.
Yes.
Right, and I'd floated this idea, and it was the whole premise of like expanding your reach to play with other bands.
Yeah.
And is that difficult because you're a folk/country band?
Well, I guess it is because we are new and new into that sort of scene, that style of music. We don't know those sort of bands, and we don't know sort of how to branch out and where to go. And because with the punk, like I've had 6-7 years of playing with these punk bands where I can't just like hit up, this band and go, should we play a show together? Because it's just clashing styles of music. So I think we're just still trying to establish ourselves in that scene, even though it's been 3 years and we're probably not the best at promoting ourselves either.
I'm promoting you now.
Yeah.
All right, you will come and watch this show.
Hell yeah.
And we will get on to watching a show.
We will. Yeah, so I guess finding those bands that we can play with is still something that we're working on. So if you're a country folk band out there, hit us up.
And you're playing the St. Kilda Blues Fest this year.
We are third year running for us there. Shout out to Gavin and Sonia who run that,
because that's amazing.
Yeah, they're amazing at what they do there and what they put on for the Blues Fest. So one of my favorite gigs actually of last year was the we play at George Lane.
Great venue. Intimate, tucked away.
Yeah, George Lane, and that was that was off the hook actually. So we've just got we were just announced for that the Saturday for their first lineup, first venue announcement. So we're playing there at 11 p.m. on the Saturday night. So glad to be back there, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, back at the Bowls Club, which is one of our other favourite venues to play at.
Indeed.
Which we'll get to soon.
Foreshadowing in lieu. Foreshadowing in progress.
Stick around to hear the hot goss. But just going back, quickly to
the Union.
To the Union.
And the funny story.
And this is something that's sort of from one of your other one of your other guests. I think it might have been Tony Clay.
Great guy.
Good
guy.
friend. I've known him for years and played gigs together.
That's I find it so amazing how like people will come on. Just to say this is like I just find it so amazing how people will come on, and it's like, oh yeah, I know this person. I played with them. I'm like, well, what?
Yeah.
What? I'm like, you're a country band. He mentions
Kildare Youth Fests, like they're the things. Yeah, so we were one of the bands that played there with them, and they used to come up to my place in Blythe Street and jam up there, and we used to do little gigs up there. Had some pretty crazy parties up there. 89 Blythe Street, represent. Whoop whoop.
Whoever's living there now, though, however, just don't expect any parties. Parties are over. Back to the story.
Yeah, sorry. So he mentioned about is it when you finish a show and you want to, just chill out. So we were obviously doing a double set at the Union Hotel.
Yeah.
You're there.
Oh shit.
Um,
Oh, I'm not coming out well out of this.
No. Bless you, bro. Bless you. Because, so we finish our first set. I get off stage. Boom. You're just right there in front of me. Just want to give me the props and have a yarn. All I want to do is just go have a ciggy. I'm way too polite. I'm way too polite just to go, nah, just give me 5 minutes, And so I sat there and talked to you for the whole 15 minutes of our break. No, don't feel bad about it.
I do. I do. Wow. I can see my friend Mark, and I can see my friend, the local Footscray man. They just get all this is injecting into their veins right now.
We got some ammo.
Oh my god.
No, but it's all right because I don't mind, and I love having a chat with you as well, bro.
I'm dead inside right now.
Yeah. Sorry, we said before, this isn't about bringing people down on this podcast.
No, bring me down. It's okay. I'm the host. I'm allowed to be brought down. I am the captain of this ship, and I am going down.
No, it's just funny. And like as I said, it didn't bother me. I still got to run out there and have a quick dart, and
Yeah.
But no, I always love and enjoy talking to you.
I love it. Just a bit of, it's just like, just getting on the behind the scene and having a bit of banter. Oh yeah, the banter is just gunning the host down. The next gig I see you at, I'm just gonna stand in the back and sulk.
Nah, bro, don't do that, eh?
No. But speaking of the next gig, and as a just a build up to it, now I'll ask a sort of a side question. What is your view of the local scene? How would you describe it?
Man, I think it's taken a hit, from obviously like what it was before. So this is like pre and post COVID is what I'm talking here. So the differences. I used to go out 4 days a week and go watch bands, no questions asked. And I don't know how I afforded it, but maybe it's just with the current climate and the cost of living, and everything's just went up during COVID and hasn't come back down and things like that. So I mean, personally for me, I found I used to go out a lot more and see a lot more gigs. And I don't know if just COVID and social anxiety and things like that has attested to that. Why I personally don't go out as much. The things being busier as well, like with different projects and things like that. But I think it definitely it's taken a hit, and it's starting to come back. And it's a slow process. I think I think it's going to still take another year or so to sort of creep back to some resemblance of what it was.
Yeah, you do hit the money though, in the sense of like when everything around you is all expensive at once, it's hard. The last thing you're thinking of is going out and spending more money. Yeah. I will say though, ton of free gigs out there. Yeah. Ton of free gigs. Just open your eyes and ears and ton of free gigs. You don't
you're a testament to the what a music fan should be doing in this current climate, I think.
Yeah, but I'm insane.
Yeah. In a good way though, but it's people should take your lead, just of how to experience this live music, and me myself as well. I need to get back on the groove train and actually figuring out where these gigs are. And I don't mind paying for a gig at all. I don't mind spending money to go see live music.
Well, people spend the Metallica tickets went cheap.
Yeah,
and a ton of us went. So it's not like you're adverse to spending. You just. But, probably there's I don't want to go and spend $30 to watch this local band and they're going to be shit. And I'm like, no. How about this?
Nah, music's music, man.
How about this? I'll tell you which bands that I've seen, which good, and it's all of them, and you go watch them, and then you pick from there.
Yeah.
You figure it out after that.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
how do you know that they're going to be shit if you've never seen them
Exactly.
before?
How you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I
They're
didn't
probably
know.
not going to be shit.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like, I
Yeah,
didn't know
it's
how.
live
I didn't
music.
know what you guys were gonna sound like.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, I've seen this band that is playing after them, and I get to see them again, so I'll watch them. But because this band's playing, I'll go and watch them.
Yeah.
You know, I won't just rock up for the last one. I'll just rock up before. Maybe I'll find something new. I found Brooke Taylor. I found you. You know, that was just the Bolo,
Yeah.
right? And who knows who else I'll find at the Bolo. And the Bolo will make the Bolo is creeping up on us.
It is.
It's just creeping up on us.
Wonder why.
I wonder why. But in, you know, so that's the economics of the
Yeah.
scene. But what about the people? Because I'm interested. You're right. The economics will take a while, and the people's behaviors and changing and all that. But what about the people? Because it's no scene is complete without them.
Oh,
you know?
I mean, I guess, like, in what sense of, like, the people? Like,
I always ask people. I always ask anyone who comes on this show, and the question is really: do you find this music scene welcoming?
I mean,
Is it safe? Is it welcoming?
yes.
Would you tell anyone?
100%. Like, you don't go to a gig and there's people pushing and fighting and everyone, the musicians are nice. You talk to anyone at a gig, regardless of the genre or the age of people, everyone's just there to have a good time, see good music. The funny thing is from New Zealand to Australian gig going, New Zealand is a very scrappy gig economy
All right.
because you don't have the amount and of bands that play often and stuff. So I remember coming one of my first big international acts that I saw in Melbourne. Kind of shocked me in terms of how easy it was just to stroll to the front of this gig, and it was Baroness.
Right.
At the Gershwin Room.
Fuck.
And because in New Zealand you go to a gig, and if it's an international act, you gotta fight to get to the front. Like, you have to push your way through the crowd. Here it was a casual stroll up to the front. No one's pushing around. You do have that kind of circle of death of people that I do find. But
You got stage, first row, and then the adjacent little circle of death.
Yeah. But in terms of just the friendliness of gig goers, Melbourne's great. Melbourne's just such a fantastic city for for music and any type of genre, where there is every single type of genre, and you can just meet like-minded people, at gigs, and just have a chat to people, man. Like,
Yeah, but not like me.
yeah, not if you got something to do,
Yeah. But what I meant was, don't chat like me. Just let Muzz get off the stage. Let Muzz get off the stage and have his dart. It's like, hey Muzz, you did really well. Oh, dude, let's have it. God, I'm never gonna let that be lived down. It's never gonna be. It's like, hey, Shagan, remember that time you spoke to Muzz? I was like, yeah, don't remind me. It's on this part of the episode at this particular timestamp when you died inside. But people have an opportunity to change that.
Yes.
Because now the foreshadowing comes complete. They have an opportunity to change the economics of it. They have an opportunity to go out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And when, now I have to go into full radio presenter voice. And when, Muzz,
Now.
can they get a chance to see you next?
Well, Shagan, today you have one opportunity,
You have one chance.
one chance, one shot. No, when are we playing? Well, we are playing 24th of January, which just so happens to be my birthday.
Woohoo!
And it's not only my birthday, but it's my big birthday.
Your 21st birthday.
My 21st birthday, yeah, a little bit up from that,
Plus
but
19.
yeah, my 40th birthday. So a big milestone. But it's at the St Kilda Bowls Club.
Wow.
Yeah.
which we were just talking
We
about.
were just talking about that. Great venue. Great. Yeah, I love the staff there. I love the managers, the locals there. Great vibe. Yeah, so come and check us out. We
And who are you
playing
playing
with Helsinki and the Quiet Coachman. Helsinki is Craig Johnson. He is an absolute star of the music industry. He is just this great musician, promoter. He goes above and beyond to push music and to promote and get the word out for local musicians as well. So get behind that guy and get behind his band, Helsinki and the Quiet Coachman. The Shadow League will be joining us
They're
as well.
so good.
Yeah, Craig and Dave, good friends of mine. Craig actually played in the punk bands, which we will not mention the name again. It's not to offend anyone else.
Well, I actually saw Craig and Dan play. Craig and Dave play at the Gasso on their last night.
The last night of the Gasso, yeah.
Last drinks at the Gasso.
Yeah.
And it was just these two guys, and I was just like, holy fucking shit, these guys are rocking.
Yeah.
Hell.
I actually played a show with them together. We were called Thunderhawk. And we
What kind of a band is that?
I played bass with them, and it was for a wedding party, I think. A Halloween themed wedding party.
This story has taken a turn.
Yeah. And that was at the Gasso as well. Great gig for Dick Halen. That's from Dick Idea, if you know that band.
No, but I will.
But I diverse from the gig we were talking about, because come along to this bloody gig.
Come and celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, forget
40
the music.
years of me being me. It's going to be fucking wild.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
yeah.
And the best part about this episode is it comes out tomorrow, which is today.
Hell yeah.
The 18th. We're recording on the 17th.
Yeah.
And this comes out tomorrow, which is today when you, listener, are listening to it.
Absolutely.
And so
which is great, because we were discussing that I was a bit gutted when I booked this, because I thought that I didn't know how podcasts really worked. I was like, oh, maybe it's live, or maybe it comes out the next day, which it is. But then you were releasing a week later. But I'm chuffed that this comes out in time to promote this gig.
I'm always about getting the guests to promote.
Hell yeah. And before, I mean, we have left one person off the band's list playing next weekend, and that is Australian Americana singer-songwriter Papa Mono, who you have seen before as well. He also played in a band with me.
I wonder which one.
Yeah. We did actually change the name in the last 6 months, just to the Dagger.
Yeah.
I
wonder why.
Yeah. So another good friends. And so I've just sort of grabbed all these people that I've played music with and that I love, just to come celebrate my birthday. And
there's no better way to do it.
Yeah, man. So listener, I want you to come as well. Maybe we've met before, maybe we haven't, but I'm pretty sure if we do meet,
this is a call to action.
This is call to action.
Yeah, everyone listening. This podcast has now reached its call to action part of the song. It's brilliant. No, I love it. I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, neither can I. What I can't wait for as well, speaking of gigs,
oh dear,
is your gig tonight.
Yes, which will be in the past tense when this comes out.
And so I had a bloody good time. It was fucking shaking rips. Fucking
I think it was a bit of a shock for you, wasn't it? Because you've only ever seen me up until that point with a camera.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, this guy's just in my face.
Yeah.
And then I was in your face.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're going to be in my face again tonight.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I intend on going up to somewhere near 11.
Ah, excellent. So I wouldn't expect anything less, bro.
Yeah. I think the stage presence is very much still there.
Yeah.
And you talk about playing with your friends and everything, and not being the best in the room. I certainly don't feel like the best. I certainly know I'm not the best in the room when I play with John, Henry, and Jim. And I like that. I like how when I go there, I know I'm not the best musician, and it makes me, practice harder and work harder and try to contribute more. And I think they're all phenomenal. I just think they're all really, really great musicians. They're great guys. I love playing with them. Jim and I, we had our practice session on Thursday at one of the studios, Backline Studios, who were very kind to be able to fit us in. And it's just all the things that you mentioned today: the practicing, the getting your friends together, whether it's being the best person in the room or like expanding to play with other bands. It's kind of like a thing that I'm now having to go through as well, and it kind of like you kind of almost like don't realize it's happening, and I have to remind myself via this podcast it's happening because we then talk about it. But it's great that I look out and I see you guys come, because as I've said to people like Ed from Aardvark, who was also on the show, or Liam from Fly, who's also been on the show, or Sorka from Aardvark and Fly, who's also been on the show. And I picked these three because they're guitarists, and I'm a guitarist. And even yourself as a mandolin player, like as much as I like John Petrucci of Dream Theater, or Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin, or John Frusciante of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I no longer aspire to play like them. I now look at you guys. So like I look at you play the mandolin, I look at your stagecraft, and you have a ton of it, thoroughly crafted, brilliant. And I'm like, okay, what can I learn from you? What can I learn from watching you?
Party till you die.
Yeah, fucking. I'm gigging till you die. You're partying till you die. But it's just, I guess like this whole project is a supplement to the photography. It's I come out, I take photos. That's the main thing. I come out, I take photos. I discover a new band. Really for myself, I take the photos and I give you the photos, and you either post the photos or you don't post the photos. But I'm so lucky that I get to see good music, and I get to enjoy it as a fan. And this is just this natural kind of circle where you then get to talk about the things you're going through with the band and the music. And then it's even more fulfilling when Shagan, the guitarist, or Shagan, I wouldn't go so far to call myself a musician, but Shagan, the guitarist.
Oh, stop it, bro. Stop it.
When I look out and I see my friends come to watch, and when I see you, my friend as well, come to watch, and it's very fulfilling.
Yeah, I think that's it, man. You just support your friends. Go see bands.
Yeah, and it's not that expensive. There's so many free gigs. You don't have to drink. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. You can just drive there, watch the gig, and drive home.
Yeah, and you're guaranteed a good night, man.
Oh, and you never know
live music. You're seeing people do what they love. Experience something new if you haven't seen that band before, and boom, man, it might be like your next favorite bands. You're supporting the scene. Get out there. Listen to it.
And I think that's kind of I'm not expecting this podcast to be like a revolution or like a call to arms or something like that. This is not like a we must fight on the beaches sort of thing. It's just more of like, I'm lucky that I have the opportunity to have met you guys. I'm lucky that I've got the opportunity to see you guys. And I don't really want to keep that a secret.
Yeah.
Ditto,
man.
I want to tell other people. It's like, it shocks people when they're like, "Wait, you're gonna go watch a country band?" I was like, "Yeah," and I brought my friend to watch you.
Yeah.
For that show, and they enjoyed themselves. They had a great time, and so it's just like there's so much good stuff out there, and you're one of the key people bringing that to everyone. You've put together a great group of people. You're playing great music. Amazing stagecraft from all of you. You guys have just
having fun, brother.
You've just got it completely down to a T, and so I can't wait for the 24th.
Neither man.
Which is only 6 days away.
It is. It is.
You know, as today is the 18th, not the 17th, which we're recording on.
It is. Future.
My feet will probably hurt while you're listening to this because I'd have been waking up from my gig going, what the fuck have I done? You know? But
my head might be hurting.
Your head might be hurting, but bring some earplugs and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Keep hydrated.
If I don't see you just like bobbing your head, I'm just gonna turn around and go, all right, we need more distortion.
It's all right.
We just need more distortion.
I've got a pottery class on today.
Yeah, you just
So
you know, just a bit of pottery before a gig. Why not? And then make sure the pot is well baked so you can bring it and smash it on the floor.
Yeah,
you know that's real rock and roll, bro. So it's not a gig until I've smashed the pot.
Smash some pottery.
Mr. Muzz, we've come to the unfortunate conclusion of this wonderful.
That is a shame.
It is a shame.
I could talk to you for hours.
You probably have, and let's not get on.
We're about to go to your gig last night's gig, so we'll talk more anyway.
You can do the same to me. I'll get off stage and you get straight in my face, and I'll be like, this motherfucker. What's he?
How do you like it, motherfucker?
And I'll be like, oh, Muzz, I'm just too polite to tell you to fuck off. And like, I can tell you right now, because you brought it up, everyone on this podcast who's come on is going to go, yeah, that motherfucker can't give us 30 fucking seconds. Yeah. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll wear it. I'll wear it because
wear it with pride, bro.
I'm fucking wear it. I'm gonna get it tattooed on my chest. It's like 30 seconds. Take these seconds. Now, this is the part where I must bring up, of course, a little play out song.
Right.
So I normally get this prepared a little bit ahead of time, but I have found it.
Do you know what? I love your intro song.
Oh, thanks.
I love it. It gives me this nice like Tarantino-y sort of vibe. That sort of spaghetti western-y sort of
I am a big Tarantino fan.
Yeah.
And I do approach my art from a very film perspective, but that's not for this podcast because, God, I will need more than fucking 3 hours or 4, if anything, to talk about that. However, the song I'm about to sort of play us out on is, to me, a very Tarantino esque song of yours. And
what a coinkydink.
What a coinkydink indeed. Not planned at all whatsoever. Muzz, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
my pleasure.
My good friends.
And last night.
Let's party.
Let's
party till we die.
And then the coming Saturday night, we're going to party again.
Even more.
Exactly.
I hope to see y'all there.
Dear listener. All right. Muzz, thank you.
Ciao.
with many names.